like that. I'm the guy with the do-rag. The guy that's terrorizing Honey in the Honey movie. Okay, I'm gonna do the next one. I'm gonna do the next role that I wanna play. It's Halloween. You have to let go, Mike. It's too much.
For TV license, your brother, you are a loyal citizen. Nah, I can na child TV license. And you
Between your teeth, spaghetti, eat it up, eat it up. Star. Hi, welcome back to my. Why did I pause? Back to my channel, CocoaButterHoney here. If you are new here, understand the only way that you can be approved to my company is once you subscribe. And if you don't subscribe, then you're known as a watcher, a stalker. And guess what? You're gonna be done inside and then you're gonna come right back. See, first of all, I want to talk about Three-Eye Atlas. Second of all, I want to talk about Hurricane Melissa. Third of all, I want to talk about bug chasers. Fifth of all, happy Halloween. Did you guys see me? Sixth of all, I want to talk about what's happening in Sudan and the RSF. Okay, let's start with the first one. First of all, Three-Eye Atlas. Some say it's just a comment passing by. It's the 1st of November. I actually had a good night's sleep because I was like, okay, maybe the aliens are gonna come. They're gonna be in the backyard. They're gonna knock on my window and gonna be like, girl, come out. We're here to fetch you. But that's not the case, okay? But I did have a good night's rest. Finally, I got to sleep. Ba, 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 ba. Stop playing with me. You know what I'm known for, like, ba, 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 ba. Okay, I'm still Team Nikki. I'm pretty excited for the Three-Eye Atlas thing. Comet. Is it a comet? Is it a hard rock falling over the earth? I don't think so. I think it's an actual ship. Okay, I think it's an actual ship that is gonna make its arrival. I'm trying to understand like what, like which place on earth it's gonna land. I would like for it to land in South Africa. Okay, because we need them to pick us up. Some of us need to be picked up. Okay, that be me. Okay, come and fetch me. Second of all, I've been seeing a lot of like psychics online saying that they went into the ship, or you know, they teleported there and they saw into the ship. I am kind of believing what they're saying because it is very scary to teleport yourself into one place that you don't know about, and then they're like, what are you doing here? And you're a human being. Is it astral projecting? Yes, astral projecting is the right word. I've been seeing a lot of people online talking about I astral projected there, I saw what was happening, okay, and it looks good, and other people saying it does not look good. But I like to believe that the Three-Eye Atlas ship is quite friendly. At the same time, I feel as though like this is our distraction from what exactly is happening in Sudan. What's happening in Sudan is it's an ethnic cleansing, and it's really scary knowing that there's just a group of people who want to take over land because they want the land, they want it themselves, and they're willing to destroy and take away people to do that. I have to be very careful because this is YouTube and I can't really just say the words the way I want to say it, right? Why I'm also scared because I live in South Africa and I'm a woman and I'm not part of the 1%. No, I'm not in that WhatsApp group. So that me hold on. Are you barking because you don't want me to say it? Are you barking because you're stopping me from saying something? Okay, I'm still gonna say it. I don't care what you can bark. You can bark as loud as you can. Bark louder. bark louder NPC dog. First of all, I live in South Africa and I'm a South African woman. I'm part of the unemployment statistics. Okay, so it's really not looking up for me in terms of having an income. And seeing what's happening in Sudan, seeing how they're just taking over places, everything that's happening with the young ladies, the young girls, justice for a lot of those girls. It kind of makes me sit back and then think about how privileged I am and how, like, it could get worse. It could get worse for me. And a lot of the people in Sudan and Congo, and they're watching their families just go through a lot. And I have to pick my words wisely for YouTube, because now they're gonna censor me and they don't want me to talk about these things. You know, they don't want us to discuss what's happening to the girls, because they don't want to protect the girls anymore. They don't really care about the girls. They don't care about the women. They don't care about the children. They just want what they want. I mentioned this a long time ago, and it's funny how right when everything is happening, everyone is like just standing up to bullies. Everyone is just like, you know, standing together. All of the incident that happened in that high school, is it a high school? That high school, militant high school. The fact that those young men are just chilled, you know, it's chilled, it's vibes, and those kids still have to live with all that trauma. And you know, apparently there's still more stories that of kids being bullied there, and there's still other schools where kids are still being bullied and no one is talking about it because no one wants to stand up to the bully. But I like the fact that South Africa stood up. South Africa band together. Not only that, the two young ladies, it's a lot. It's just a lot. And I like the fact that South Africa is standing together. We are standing together against bullies because we don't like them. We don't like the bullies. We don't. We don't like people who feel like they're superior. No, darling, you are not God. No, you don't. You can't create these miracles. You cannot. Okay? Second of all, everything that's happening in Sudan and Congo, it's almost like their testing ground. And I feel as though if they are successful in whatever they're doing, they're gonna start trying to take over other places. And I don't like that. I don't like the idea of them taking over other places when a lot of young girls are, they're not safe, they're not protected. You can't open a case. You know, it seems like people are in cliques. People are in WhatsApp groups. And I'm not vibing with that. I'm just not. And it's really heartbreaking and it's really discouraging to actually look forward to a holiday. What is a holiday? There is no holidays. Okay, we're 8 minutes in. Thank you. There is no holidays this year. It hasn't been holiday season in 3, 4, 5 years. I feel as though everything was just adding up, and TikTok being the one app that shows us everything that's happening in around the world, and the news just showing us what they want us to see, and then them wanting to ban TikTok is absolutely ridiculous. I hope also they brought back the SNAP benefits, the grant that they have in other countries, because they were threats and promises of taking those things away from people who actually need it, right? And I feel as though when one country is successful at doing something, then the president starts to like, okay, let's WhatsApp. What did you do? How successful were you? Okay, I'm gonna do that to my people, and that's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly, Cyril. That's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly. I could imagine if they take away the grant. I mean, they're really not giving us the amount that we need with the prices going up and up. They take away the grant. It's really it's over for a lot of us, including me. So I feel as though Hurricane Melissa also was man-made. Yes, it was. It's funny how they knew about the storm, right? They actually spoke about it and they said there's going to be a heavy storm coming, a heavy hurricane, stage 5, one of the biggest, one of the deadliest. But at the same time, they're also showing us, and they said this like 2 weeks before the actual hurricane were to come. And then other sides, they're showing us this huge cloud in the sky that looks like a black hole, that looks like it's about to suck up the world. Okay, that's a little bit scary. That's a little bit scary. The views from the helicopters and planes and whatever, and the news knowing what's gonna happen 2 weeks before, and then they'll show us like videos of people in Miami who have testing grounds for these hurricanes and things, which made me think about The Fifth Wave. Remember that movie? I thought that movie was absolutely ridiculous. I did. I thought The Fifth Wave was absolutely ridiculous. Now I watched it back and then I'm like, yeah, this is a possibility because everything that they're discussing in The Fifth Wave is happening right now. And that movie was what, 2016? 2016? Yes. And not a lot of people watch that movie. Not a lot of people watch that movie. But I think I watched it with like a, y'all is just funny. But the fact that the disease outbreak was true, look at all these things that are coming out of the woodworks, right? All these illnesses that are coming out of the woodworks. COVID, including COVID, that just hit us in 2020. They're talking about all these natural disasters, man-made disasters, which I feel are man-made because it's like, y'all have a testing ground to create these things and see how far you can push. What do you mean it's natural? Okay, and then you're only hitting places that are small, you're only hitting like towns that are not really, that have proper structure. They don't really have buildings. You're hitting towns that have homes that were built by the people there. So it's like, I think you guys were testing something. I think you guys were trusting. You were trusting the things that you were testing on. And I feel as though it worked. It brings me back to Hurricane Katrina. Is it Hurricane Katrina? Is it Hurricane Katrina? What happened there that was so unexpected? And it just took out so many people. And then they had to rebuild their homes. Right? And then no one ever spoke about that ever again. No one ever said, hey, how is this happening? What were they trying to do? And then you get other people who are saying themselves experts who are saying, well, they're trying to the population of the world is a little bit too much and we need to decrease it, while on the same breath they're banning abortion in certain places. And it's like, wait, do you want women to have kids, or are you trying to get the population down to 0 or 1.5? So which one is it? Which one is it, right? Right. On one hand, they're saying women, okay, you fall pregnant, that's your baby, you cannot get rid of it, you have to stick with it, but they're not giving you benefits to support that little baby of yours, okay? And then on the other hand, they're trying to decrease the population by constantly coming up with man-made hurricanes, man-made disasters, just so they could just wipe out a little neighborhood, wipe out a city, and see if it's gonna work. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. We're going on 13 minutes. I'm gonna pause this right now, take a sip of my tea. Okay, not only that, now that everyone is just in a crisis, right? There's no jobs, AI is just taking over, we're seeing all these robots. What's going on? What exactly is going on? I just don't like it, and I'm starting to think, wait, is the 3i Atlas situation a distraction from what they're really doing in Sudan, so that they could do what they're doing there in Congo and Sudan, and they take out as many people as they can, so that once it's successful there, then they're going to see which other countries they could take over, which other countries they feel is, oh my god, you guys can't survive, you guys can't make it. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Reminding me, I remember I had this dream years ago. I did not take this dream seriously. I thought it was a nightmare, but I saw aircrafts flying over the skies, like military like aircrafts flying over the skies. And what they were like, those aircrafts that have like, they spray, how do I explain it, they be spraying things, okay, as they go. They were spraying like gas, they were spraying gas. And the people outside, when I looked outside my window, I don't know where I was, okay? I looked outside my window, and I remember this dream vividly. I looked outside my window, and then I saw people like struggling to breathe, gasping for air. And then I looked up, and then the whole sky was just filled with gas. I don't know how to explain it, filled with like smoke. And then the people inside the house, like, I closed my window quickly because I was like, why are you coughing? Why are these people struggling to breathe? And then they're falling on the floor. And I was like, oh my gosh, what are they trying to do to us? And that's when I woke up. I cannot believe I still remember that dream vividly, even years later. I hope that's not what they're trying to do to us. I hope. I could imagine the people who are homeless and they don't really have anything. Hurricane Melissa, people lost their families, people lost their kids in that whole thing. I saw sharks swimming in pools, in hotels. It was a lot, and I think they moved something within the ocean. They did something. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not pointing fingers because this is my opinion, because I feel like they are watching people who are trying to add up things, and they're gonna be like, I'm gonna come and stalk you now. Since you're trying to add up what's happening, I'm gonna come stalk you with my agents. And I do not want agents stalking me, okay? It's just my opinion. I feel as though 3i Atlas is a mothership. In my heart of hearts, it's a mothership. Okay, it's a mothership, and it's here to take back what's theirs. I feel like this earth is, I don't know, the technology that has come out of this earth is just a human being thought of this. Wait, why didn't I think of this? Why didn't I think of ChatGPT? I do feel like it's extraterrestrials. I feel it is. I do. Am I scared? Hell yeah, I am. I'm terrified. The way that the world is going, it's the most scariest thing in the world. Okay, I'm itching to have a salary right now so that I could just go to the spa and I could just relax, honey, because I'm overthinking everything. The fact that I didn't sleep for 4-5 days, I didn't sleep properly. Oh, don't play with me. Fly. See, that was someone listening. One thing I want to talk about is the women and the girls and the young girls, right? There's a lot happening in order to end us. Now I have to choose my words very, very wisely. I know that I have enemies. I do have enemies, and they're watching me. They're watching me. I'm here to tell them that it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, darling. Okay? I think we live in a world now where I feel like everyone should just stand up for themselves. No, there's no time to play nice. There's no time to sit back and relax. It is going to affect you. And you feel as though, oh no, whatever's happening in Sudan and Congo and what's happening to the women and the children, and I don't know if it's happening to men, I'm not sure. But whatever's happening to those people that side, if they find success in whatever's happening, they're gonna bring it down. They're gonna bring it right down to South Africa, and that's something I'm not ready for. Okay, I'm not ready for. A lot of us, we're not trained, we're not armed. We're not armed. And this crew called the RSF, is the RSF or RFS, whatever they call themselves, they're the ones doing all of this. That guy, the ringleader, he's the brains of all of this operation. And other presidents from other countries are not doing anything about it. They're not saying anything. They're not saying anything about it. They're not stopping him. I mean, they do have his phone number. They can stop him, but they're not doing it. And it worries me. It worries me. The way that certain parts of South Africa are already sold. And there's that. You know, especially if you're not in part of the WhatsApp group. You have no say, honey. You have no say. And my TikTok feed has turned into a real life horror movie, because with every scroll, I see something bad happening. I see people describing the most craziest crimes that people could commit to other people. Heads being off by other people, people ending other people's lives just to take over the land. And I'm just not happy about it. I'm not happy about it because it does affect me. It does. I see why the birth rate is low, and it should get lower, because there shouldn't be a point where you're gonna have a baby right now in this state of the world. You know, you cannot want to have a kid right now when people are trying to take over and bully people. And then when you go into schools and you see that there's still bullies. How is that possible? It's 2025, 2026. Don't you think it's tiring? It's annoying? I do. When you constantly have to wake up and it's something tragic. It's something tragic. The last time we had good news was when? And then shortly after, there was bad news. A ton of bad news ever since what? January? I think we had no rest. We have had no rest. All of us. It's pretty disheartening. It's disappointing. And I'm really pretty much over it. You know? And there's still people wanting to compete with other people when everything out there is going on. There's still people who I want to compete with you. When it's like, sweetheart, the unemployment rate is rising, love. Are you part of the 1%? Are you in the WhatsApp group? What's going to happen medical aid-wise? What's going to happen then? You're not getting any younger. You're getting older. Okay, your bones, you're going to hear your bones. Click, clack, click, clack. You need to be able to afford a doctor's appointment. Not try and compete with other people. In this day and age. Right now. I mean, the Christmas trees and then the Christmas decorations that I saw in the mall. It's like, why did y'all put that up there? Well, what's so festive? What's festive? There's nothing festive. There's nothing festive. A lot of us can't afford a lot of things. We can't even afford. We are the adults now. Can you believe that? We are the adults now. Back in the day, our parents, we're going grocery shopping. We're going Christmas shopping. We're going to buy Christmas clothes. No, we're the adults now. And now we have to be the ones to buy the gifts and then wrap up the Christmas gifts and buy the Christmas clothes for all our baby cousins. And can you see how that's not happening? Can you see how that's not happening? But people still have time to bully people, to make people feel small. Can you see what's happening with the women in South Africa? Can you understand that it's still an ongoing thing? Like every single day, there's something. I think there's something that really pisses me off, you know, because it's like people are so concerned with wanting to seem better than other people, but they're not concerned with the state of the world right now and how actually it's going to affect you because you're not in the WhatsApp group. You're not. I'm not in the WhatsApp group. And we all know that there's a WhatsApp group that knows everything before anything happens. And that same WhatsApp group is the same WhatsApp group that just keeps quiet. They just keep quiet. And you're like, wait, what? How are you quiet? You have a voice. You have the biggest voice. Like, people will actually listen to you. And you choosing to be quiet when all of this is happening? Why? Are you getting paid to be quiet? Are you getting paid to say nothing? I wonder. I think it's pretty upsetting, that in this state of the world, people still want to. Instead of actually looking at what's happening out there. A lot of girls are not protected. Okay? A lot of young girls, women and children, they're not living in a state of bliss. They're not living in a state of happiness. They cannot look forward to the next day because it's that tough. And if you think that won't affect you, you're absolutely crazy. That's what I think. You're insane if you think that what's happening to other people all around the world, especially people who have power, the way they're exercising their power is absolutely ridiculous. What makes you think it's not going to happen to you? What makes you think you're not next? You're not next. I think that's what pisses me off. It does. It pisses me off to the 9th degree. It does. And throughout all of this, there's still femicide. Throughout all of this, there's still people, domestic violence, there's still all of that. And it's like, if I was president, y'all know what I would do. You already know what I would do. I'm not making any threats. No. I'm going to be lining up everybody in a straight line. In a straight line, honey. Okay? Because these are people who have had the privilege of getting away with things ever since they were children. That's what's happening. So they've grown up and now become these evil dictators. Evil people. And then other people are afraid of them. And it's like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? It has been going on. I feel like Robert Mugabe was not the only evil president in this world. He wasn't the only one. There were a lot of them. Click, click, click. They took from people. They left people with nothing. They made them suffer. You got these men online who are celebrating the SNAP benefits being taken away from people who actually need it. People who genuinely, they cannot work, or they're not getting hired. Because why? A company, if they feel as though, sweetie, we're not going to pay 20 different employees a salary if we can pay 5 employees a salary and then overwork those 5 and then keep the rest of the money for the rest of us. Do you really think they're going to be like, yeah, we need 20 hands? No. They're going to force the 5. They're going to force the 5 people and then pay them the regular amount, or even lower. They're not going to hire 20 people. They're going to hire the 5, or they're going to keep the 5 that they've had the last decade. And then they're going to keep paying them the same amount. While they tell you, okay, reapply in the next 6 months. Reapply in the next 8 months. Reapply in the next year. And then you're sitting there, well, I'm qualified. I'm overqualified. You can see it. No, you need more experience. Can you see how it works? Can you see how selfish people are? And it's tough. Prices are going higher. It's hell out there. Food is expensive. Okay? I saw a guy on TikTok who's saying that he can only afford cat food, tinned cat food. That is the cheapest thing in the store right now. Tinned cat food. You're a human being. How did it get to that? That now we're gonna eat with the kittens. Now we're gonna take food from kittens and cats. And we're gonna take food away from dogs. We're gonna start eating dog food as well now. Because everything is gonna go overpriced, and then they're gonna make people starve. They're gonna make people starve because that's what they want, right? Once you're starving, you can't really think. You can't think clearly. You're weak. Huh? The water prices are up. Clean water is expensive. If you can't get clean water and you're drinking water that has things in it, of course you're gonna get sick. Of course you're gonna get sick. But you can't afford to buy the clean water. So what? You're also gonna be dehydrated. Not only you're gonna starve, you're also gonna be dehydrated. I know how these bullies think. They're so weak. They're so weak. They're so insecure. Right? Another way that they try and abuse you, or not try, they do it. Sound. Remember that siren that was ringing in Gaza for days on end? Like, what is this? Right? Sound. Loud music. That, when you can't sit in silence, and there's constantly loud, something loud, it works on your nerves. It does. Because you can't sit in silence. So they're going to starve you. They're going to dehydrate you. They're going to not make you sleep properly. So now you're going to be sleep deprived. With the sound, the sirens, the noise. What else are they going to do? What else are they going to do? They're going to take away your rights. They are. Right? After they tell you that, well, water's not free anymore. Clean water's not free. But who are we paying? Who are we paying? Really? Why are you people putting things in the water? So you're dehydrated, you're hungry, you're sleep deprived, you cannot afford medicine. You can't afford a doctor's appointment. Do you know how much a doctor's appointment is? Just for them to just tell you, maybe you should go to the emergency room. It's going up, sweetie. It's going up. It's going up. It's not free. It's, yeah. And if you don't have medical aid, sweetie, you need to go back and gather that money. That's what's happening. Do you know how many people are being chased away from actual medical care because they don't have medical aid and they can't afford the actual bed to sleep on? They're charging per night. I mean, I get it. Yeah, we need to pay the doctors. We need to pay the nurses. But they go to extremes. They go to extremes. So they're taking away all these things. They just take it away until you feel vulnerable. Until you go back and go, ooh. That's what they want us to do. Beg. Ooh, please, oh please, oh. That's what they want. That's a typical bully, like a bully that's just not content. They want people to beg them. And the fact that they're in charge is absolutely disgusting. You know, it's like you give leadership to people that just don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They're coming from a place of when they were hurt. So that's how they operate. They're this victim. The victim mindset. Everything is happening to me and I can't change my circumstances. I'm going to make everybody miserable. Can you see how that works? We're on 34 minutes. Can you see how that works? And then they're gonna distract us. And then they're gonna, you're crazy. You're crazy. When really they're just running away from themselves. Right? Because it's easier. It's easier to pull someone down than to uplift them. Right? But that's the state of the world that we live in, sweethearts. It's bad. It's horrible. And you know what? I'm gonna keep this mouth that I have on me. I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna say what I need to say. Because I've had enough. I really have. Hold on. I have. You can see it on my face, sweetie. I'm done. Playing nice and grow up. Grow up. Not control their own lives. Okay, that's what's happening. So they're trying to control everybody else's. Everybody else's. All the women. Okay, now if you get pregnant, you're gonna keep that baby. Even though you can't afford it, you're gonna keep it. So, banning this. You're not allowed to do anything. Delete is nothing. You can't delete anything. But you're asking them, okay, help me. We can't help you. You have to figure it out. You know, it's about time. It's about time that everybody stands up. I like the way that everybody is standing up to these bullies, and we are not going to back down. Not by one bit. Because all they're doing is nothing. Really. They're really doing nothing. They're doing nothing but pissing everywhere and pissing us off. All at the same time. They're targeting us. And I'm not gonna back down. I'm not gonna back down. Okay? And you're gonna get mad. I want you to get mad. I want you to get sad. I want you to cry. I want to do it because I need to make a point that you are not God. You are not God. Where my witches at? Where the girls at Hicks? Girls, get together. Hicks, let's go. Hicks these people. Hicks these tyrants. Hicks these bullies. Hicks them. Do it. Back in the day, the girls had poison as makeup. The girls did it. The girls put poison in people's water. The girls put poison in people's food. The poison in lipstick. Wait. Come on, girls. You know, this is where I stand by the witches. Halloween is over, but I stand by y'all, girls. And if y'all guys can work your magic, and I don't want you to silence these bullies. I want you to erase them off the planet Earth. Because we're sick of them and their victim mindset. Constantly torturing, being a loser on a constant basis. I'm not done what I need to say. Because I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Taking away any medical care, taking away anything good, making just a mess. These old men being okay in marrying young girls, you disgust me. You're disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. And they do more. They do worse than that. They're doing worse than that. Girls being as young as 8 years old, 5 years old, newborns, guns, using guns on them. I wish the witches could gather together and just throw at them. Just throw at them. Blast them. Blast them. Because that's what they need. They need to see the other side. Forever. Because we have had enough. There's enough problems going on in this world, honey. There is enough going on in this world. There's too much going on in this world. Okay? A lot of us can't even buy our parents Christmas presents. Because we don't have money to buy them Christmas presents. And then you got these idiots running around in crews trying to make other people's life difficult. Because their life, they cannot control it. They can't. They don't know what to do. They're stuck. Look at them. Whew. God. They need to make me president, sweetie. I will not take no nonsense from these men. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, sweetie. Your time is up. Your time is up. Time's up. Time's up. And then you see that they've always been like this. Since birth. No one has ever just straightened them like they need to be straightened. They just let them be little tyrants. And they grew up being bigger tyrants, bigger losers, making everybody's life hell because their life is hell. Maybe they should go into Satan's office. Maybe they should sit next to Satan and take over once in a while because they belong in hell, quite honestly. I can't stand it. Oh my God. Oh, ooh. Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna. Oh, I have like deep in my heart. I feel like you guys don't understand this part. Like deep in my heart. Oh my God, I hate. That is such a strong word, honey. I hate men who are bullies. I can't stand y'all. Woo! And sweetie, I'm not scared of y'all. I'm not. I'm not, boo-boo. I'm not, but I know y'all are scared of other men. Y'all always been scared of other men. That's why y'all bully. That's why y'all, I don't know who left y'all in charge. Whoever's in charge of that RSF, I tell you now, he's been a bully since birth. He has. No one has actually flinged him to the sharks and said, swim him back, swim him back, swim him back. That's what I would do. I'd gather all the bullies and then like put them in the middle of the ocean where it's shark infested. And then I'd have like drones flying over them. And then I want them to like hold hands and be like, oh my God, we're in danger. And I want them to like think of swimming. I want them to do it. I know one of them is going to think of swimming. And then the other's going to follow because they're followers, right? The one is going to swim and then the shark is just going to go. And guess what? It's going to be like a series, right? A series. How about that? And then the whole world is like watching. And then we like betting on people. Like, yeah, that guy bullied that girl. That guy took that girl's life. Yeah. Then the shark just, they like in half. They like in half. Yes. 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 Oh, that is my dream. That is something I dream of. Just leaving them in the middle of the ocean and just watching them just try and swim back to shore. But knowing that they'll never make it to shore. Knowing that they'll stay in the ocean with no water. They'll probably nibble on each other. They'll start biting each other's arms, right? A bully biting another bully. Have you seen that? Ooh. If I was in charge, I hope that happens. I hope they leave me in charge one day, or they ask me for an idea, you know? How about we gather all of them that are being tyrants towards women and children, and we make them swim in shark-infested waters. And not only that, what? That's what we do with the razor, so that the sharks can just be like, what's that? Food. And they're like, I'm bleeding. What the hell did you do to me? Slice. Slice. Scar. And then people with the soft heart be like, no, they're human beings too. They probably went through a lot as kids. What? Everybody went through something as kids. A lot of us did. We've all been through something as kids. It does not give you the right to bully people. It does not give you the right to take away things that people need, such as water and food and life. It does not. It does not. Okay? It does not. That's you being a victim, darling. I know. I'm gonna be a criminal because my childhood was bad. No, baby. No. You need to move from that. You need to grow from that part. You're still there. And then they say women are crazy. Women are crazy. Women are. As is. Unedited. Exactly how I feel. And you can fight me in the comments. You can fight me in the comments. Please, please do. Please do. Especially the bullies. You little. You get mad? I said this before years ago. You're gonna have to put the money right here. Right here. Okay? You have a problem? You're gonna have to put the money right here. Okay? Now let's talk about bug chasers. These are people that chase bugs in terms of STDs and STIs. They get a trip. They get a high off of doing that. And they also get a high off of infecting other people unknowingly. Right? This is where the jealousy comes in. How pathetic, right? How pathetic, right? They also get just a boost of confidence knowing that they destroyed someone's life. That's so pathetic. That's so pathetic. No wonder your life is not going where it needs to go. Because you're too focused on destroying other people's lives instead of minding your own business like everybody else. But here you are, acting like you're the biggest in the world, and you're not. And that's the reason why I don't like you. And I never will. I can't stand people like that take pleasure in doing that. The reason why some people aren't really so damn happy. Because they're too busy making other people's lives miserable. Because they're miserable. And they can't get out of that misery because it's easier to be a victim. It's easier to say, oh my God, life is happening to me, instead of making life happen for you. I see right through you. Squat. That I started my YouTube channel because, honey, I definitely need to release this anger somewhere. If you want to start something, do it. Don't listen to other people. Don't wait. What the hell are you listening to them for? Do it. Make them mad. Make them go. Yeah, do it. Punch the air, you flippin' bug. On other news, the Halloween costumes were amazing. I enjoyed thoroughly seeing other celebs flex their budget. I wish I had the same budget. But I enjoyed seeing the costumes. My favorite has to be Kayla Nicole's. I think she won that one. Body, face, outfit, song, theme song. Kiki Palmer, I see you, girl. Y'all two won those ones, okay? I still haven't seen Heidi Klum because I know she's the queen of Halloween. I'm about to see her. I hope she comes through. But I'm proud of Kiki and my girl Kayla Nicole. Let's go. I'll see you guys on the next one. On Something to Watch Sunday. That was actually fun. Flip your flipping camera right now. Not on my mind. On Something to Watch Sunday. You're not on my timeline. Cups for you. What you gonna do when the boogeyman comes through? What you gonna do when the boogeyman comes for you? I said I'ma be chilled. I hope he knows that we aren't cool. No, we not. What you gonna do when the boogeyman comes for you? I said I'ma be real. I hope he knows that we aren't fools. No, we not. What you gonna do when the boogeyman comes for you? I said I'ma be chilled. I hope he knows that we are through. Yes, we are. What you gonna do when the boogeyman comes for you? I said I'ma be chilled. I hope he knows that we aren't cool. No, we not. What you gonna do when the boogeyman comes for you? I said I'ma be chilled. I hope he knows that we aren't cool. No, we not. What you gonna do when the boogeyman comes for you? I said I'ma be thrilled. I hope he knows that we aren't fools. No, we not. What you gonna do when the boogeyman comes through? I said I'ma be chilled. I hope he knows that we aren't fools. No, we aren't fools. Comes for you. Boogeyman. I said I'ma be chilled. I hope he knows that we aren't cool.